Since the Hulk appeared, General Thunderbolt Ross has led his shitty army to chase the feared Green Menace across the country. Thanks to Rick Jones, the Hulk was able to elude the army, hiding in one of the abandoned underground bases. Rick suggests making a web series about the Hulk to change the public's opinion and improve his reputation, but he refuses. Suddenly, they felt the ground shake and the alarms went off, to which the Hulk suspects that some shit is about to go down. In the nearby town of Vista Verde, where the Hulk was created, the people celebrate when he shows up, unlike the rest of the world, who only see him as the enemy. A swirling tornado appears atop the town, composed entirely of gamma energy that generates hurricane-force winds. When Hulk catches a kid in midair, the army quickly drives into town and points their guns at him. Hulk asks them to stand down and evacuate while he deals with the giant weather anomaly above the city. Suddenly, a rift opens, which Hulk claims is a portal to the negative zone. When he fails to close the rift, Hulk jumps into it but is quickly pushed back out. Out of nowhere, a weird-ass alien supervillain appears before them, and Hulk recognizes him as Annihilus. Annihilus claims he has finally found a rift in the universe with enough residual gamma energy to break through. Unfortunately, it also happens to be the home of one of the strongest superheroes, the Incredible Hulk. Hulk claims that although he might be one of the big shots in the negative zone, Annihilus has never had the power to invade Earth and suspects someone must be helping him. Unable to cross over, Annihilus sends in his best fighter, Scar, to fight against the Hulk. He warns him to return to wherever the fuck he came from, but the sword-wielding Scar ignores his warnings and brazenly attacks him. He was surprised to see him up close, who looked like a Hulk. As the two duel out, trying to overpower each other, Rick tries to distract Scar when Hulk is down. Scar outsmarts Hulk and restrains him with his laser whip. When he was about to finish him off, Red Hulk arrived and fired a missile at him, knocking him unconscious. Hulk and Red drag the unconscious Scar back to their base and imprison him in an anti-gravity holding chamber, which was said to hold even the Hulk. When Rick accuses him of spying, Red claims he traced the Gamma Tornado back to this location and thought they could use his help. Hulk suggests using the army's old gamma ray cannon if Annihilus returns. Suddenly, the ground shook, and the impact created a crack in the containment chamber. Scar regains consciousness and uses the force of clapping to break the containment chamber. He then escapes from the base with the gamma ray cannon, which Hulk worries he will use to break open the rift and bring Annihilus to Earth. Before confronting the enemy, Hulk traps Rick inside the containment chamber, worried about his safety. Despite Hulk's efforts, Rick escapes when a grenade falls off the shelf and breaks the glass. Hulk and Red quickly search for Scar, but it is too late, as he has already used the weapon to open the portal. Annihilus is pleased to have finally been freed so he and his army can invade Earth. Hulk confronts Annihilus's army head-on while Red provides backup, firing at them with the gamma cannon. The enemy surrounded him, but Hulk overpowered them and broke free. Annihilus joins the fight and fires at a rock column to collapse on Hulk. He struggles to keep it up as his feet quickly sink into the sand and he gets buried. Scar recovers the cannon and fires it at Hulk, which forces him to his knees. With Hulk rendered powerless, Rick arrives and saves the day, ramming a vehicle against the weapon and blowing Scar away. When Rick struggles to steer the vehicle that has gone off the rails, Hulk catches and stops it. Hulk is furious that he didn't listen to him, but Rick insists that he would not abandon his friend. Hulk claims that Rick saved him, and he wouldn't be able to forgive himself if anything ever happened to him. He then pulls Rick and escapes before the vehicle explodes, but they still get caught. The impact of the explosion sent them flying into the desert. Annihilus claims the blast caused the portal to collapse and orders Scar to bring the unconscious Red with them to the negative zone. Hulk regains consciousness but worries that Rick was sent flying elsewhere. He quickly finds him weakened and barely conscious, who has taken a big hit in the explosion. Rick commends Hulk for having proven to everyone that he isn't a crazed monster after all, having stopped the invasion and saved Earth. He then faints, and Hulk hurries him to a nearby hospital. While Hulk was carrying him, Rick claims he felt strange when his eyes suddenly glowed. He then slips off from Hulk's hands and falls from a great height. Hulk quickly tries to dig him up from the rubble when he sees glowing, and Rick emerges unscathed. He was surprised that Rick had turned into a blue Hulk, later calling himself the A-Bomb. Rick suspects that the Gamma Blast must have transformed him into a Hulk. He is thrilled with the transformation, claiming he can now help Hulk fight. Hulk claims he needs to bring back Red Hulk, whom Annihilus captured. To do that, he would need a pilot to take him into the negative zone, which he already has an idea about. Meanwhile, Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, works as a stunt double and a crash test dummy in the entertainment industry. She explains that having transformed into the She-Hulk, her career options have been severely limited. Suddenly, Hulk arrives and explains the situation, to which she quickly agrees to help. She-Hulk asks him why he brought the rookie with them, but Hulk explains that Rick keeps ripping holes in the ship and trying to stow away. That said, they then quickly flew straight into the negative zone, where Annihilus and his army awaited. When Hulk shows up, Annihilus orders Scar and Red Hulk to attack the ship with his army. Although Hulk and She-Hulk quickly took the army down with the ship's weapons, Scar and Red Hulk emerged and boarded the ship. Hulk goes out to confront them alone, so Rick offers to help, but he turns him down. Although he can handle himself against one, he struggles now that there are two of them. Their fighting continues inside the ship, and although Hulk briefly knocks down Scar, Red outsmarts him and shoves his head against the ship's power core. Having lost tremendous power to the ship, She-Hulk sends Rick to help Hulk. While the two pin down the Hulk, Rick arrives and kicks Scar away. Red stands back up and retaliates, throwing Rick against the wall. With his back turned against him, Hulk quickly pulled the device on the back of his neck that was mind-controlling Red. Scar gets back up again, but Rick jumps at him before he can attack Hulk. When Rick dodges Scar's attack, he accidentally turns invisible and discovers he has developed powers. Rick then kicks Scar from behind, and Hulk breaks the mind-controlling device, freeing both from Annihilus's control. Scar explains how he was also taken prisoner and forced to fight and steal for Annihilus. Feeling terrible, Hulk asks him to join them so he can exact his revenge, to which he agrees. After analyzing the mind control device, Hulk suspects someone from Earth is helping Annihilus when he discovers that the technology resembles that from Earth. With the shields down and an overwhelming number of enemies, She-Hulk informs them that they are abandoning the ship and tells them to get to the mini-jets. They try to pan out to scatter the enemies, but Red quickly discovers that Hulk is headed to confront the big boss by himself. Annihilus quickly grabs the opportunity to confront the Hulk when he is alone. Annihilus then attacks his ship, forcing Hulk to crash land on one of the floating asteroids. Annihilus attacks Hulk from behind and forces him on his knees. He gives him one last chance to work for him, but Hulk refuses. Hulk gets pissed and declares that he is no one's servant, but Annihilus attacks him with his staff, which rendered him powerless. Even when put through excruciating pain, Hulk endures it and absorbs more of the enemy's power. Annihilus claims that not even the Incredible Hulk will be able to withstand the full power of the Cosmic Control Rod. Annihilus claims he can no longer contain it as Hulk continues to drain his power and causes an explosion. Hulk claims that he was able to outsmart him. Annihilus protests and explains that his efforts are for nothing. Despite being defeated, he claims that his army will invade Earth as long as the portal remains open. Hulk doesn't seem worried and claims that he has a plan to ensure that it stays closed, to which he then breaks his staff. Meanwhile, Red and the others hurriedly fly towards the portal, which is quickly closing. Despite Hulk's orders, Rick claims he can't leave his friend behind, to which She-Hulk agrees, and they both turn around to find him. When Hulk breaks the staff, it causes an explosion that sends him flying into space and knocks him unconscious from the impact. When he wakes up, he finds the others came back for him, and together, they return to Earth before the portal closes. After a hard day's work, everyone spent the rest of the day bonding over a barbecue. Rick suggests they make a web series about them saving Earth from threats while catching it all on camera, to which She-Hulk quickly agrees. Hulk extends the invitation to Scar, who has nowhere to go after just being freed from Annihilus's control. He claims he will always have a place with those like him. Hulk also invites Red, who takes his time to decide. Red claims that people used to respect him when he was a general. Now that he has become the Red Hulk, people only feared him. He agrees to join them, hoping to boost his reputation with the people. Rick later names their group as the Agents of Smash. Later, Hulk follows Scar, who sneaks outside and overhears him talking to his true master. It was later revealed that Samuel Stearns, otherwise known as Leader, was the one helping Annihilus and supplying him with Earth technology. He orders him to spy on Hulk and the others, telling him to befriend them and gain their trust. When Scar hesitates, the Leader threatens him by saying that only he knows who he is or where he came from. Oh, shit. It seems our guy isn't so good after all. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.